Hello, how are we all doing? I hope everyone is having oh god, indent in my in my nose. I hope everyone's having a great Christmas, Boxing Day, holiday time off winter solstice, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, everything and above. So I hope you guys are doing. Oh, there's like a mark on here. Are all doing good? And yeah, I mean, 7 o'clock in the Isle of Man on Boxing Day. I don't know. Most places, I think it's just really the UK and Ireland that use Boxing Day as a thing. That's just like what we call the day after Christmas. I know like in Spain they have like Three Kings Day, but that's like in January. So I think there's like a lot of other countries that do like, you know, their own random little things. But how we all doing? Oh, someone's coming. You going to say hi? Come on. Come say hi, sleepyhead. Just like this. Sitting there. The light's very bright. Oh, you sleepy girl. Are you a sleepy girl? You gonna come here? Come on. Come say hi. She's like this, blinking in front of all the lights. Yeah, most European places have like everything happens on Christmas Eve, but in the UK and the US, I mean those are the two places that I've always lived, and Ireland obviously. They do it Christmas Day, but like when we were recording Drinks at Dana's, it was like super early on Saturday. Yeah, the day before yesterday. It was, oh my god, it was like 5-6 a.m. and then because Australia like is so far ahead, it was like evening, like 5 p.m. for Chris, and Chris had like already had like most of her, because her family is Hungarian, so they do like it on Christmas Eve. Um, yeah, take your ass back to work day. Yeah, yeah, it is funny because like I lived like all my adult life in America, so here like I do have a British passport and American passport, but I do consider like my mentality and stuff is way more American than here. And today I went to go somewhere and I was like, oh, it's of course it's closed. Like because the UK, like when I opened the US office for Poker Stars, I opened the US office in New York, and there was like this ongoing joke in the office because my office was all Americans, and they used to come to me like nearly like every other week, and they'd be like, Ash, no one in the Isle of Man's picking up, like what's going on? And I was like, oh, it's a bank holiday, or like they get out early on this day, or it's closed on this day. And they all of them, because we had to run that office 365 days a year, 24 hours, like 3 a.m. on Christmas someone was in there, and they were just always like, when is it not a bank holiday in the Isle of Man? Because the Isle of Man has all the English holidays, and then they've got more like just Isle of Man holidays. So there's something ridiculous like 12 or 13 national holidays days off on the Isle of Man, and then you get like 30 days or 28 days vacation or something, which is unheard of in America. Oh, thanks, Sammy. That you guys are, yeah, make sure you're all caught up on all the videos. So while people are coming in, just before we start talking about the L word, I'm going to tell you guys a really funny story that I meant to say last week, but I got distracted and talked about something else. So I think I've told this story before with a different ending, because I definitely remember talking about this person before on one of my lives. So and then we'll talk about that word. So when I was like 19, 20, 21, and I was doing my undergrad, I worked for like a doctor, and it was my best friend's mom who was the doctor, and she had a big surgery, and I did like the blood lab and stuff. But at nighttime, I used to work in a bar, and I worked there like most evenings, and it was like a restaurant in the bottom too, and I made really, really good money. Like even when I graduated and then I went to get my MBA, I had like a real job in in the doctor's office, but I still kept like Friday and Saturday nights at this bar because I made such good money. And on like Christmas and New Year's, like you would make like 1,000 in cash for 8 hours. It was really good. And so I worked there, and there was this group of friends that used to come in on Thursdays, and they were like all either there was a couple of gay men and straight women, and then there was a one lesbian, and they were all like in their like 40s 50s then, and I was like 20, and they like loved me, and this was like when the original L Word was out. And I remember one of the women, she was like always so nice, and she was like really pretty, and she had like a very, very high paying job. She was really successful, and they used to hire me out like on private events. So like Gasparilla, which is a really big thing in Florida, she would hire me to come to her like gorgeous apartment, and she had a bar in her house, and I would like bartend, and they would always like pay me like ridiculous, like really nice cash tips and stuff, and they just always looked after me. And when they'd come to the restaurant, they'd always request that I would like look after them. And she was like the first person that I ever like, the L Word was on and then, and I was really into it, but it was the first like lesbian that I ever saw like in real life who was like really successful and just was out, but not, like not super like you know what I mean? Like she wasn't someone that she was telling everyone, like it was just like understood, and she was just a really nice woman, and I just always had like a big respect for her. And so obviously like as time went by, like the restaurant closed after I stopped working at it, and although like we're still friends on Facebook and stuff, I obviously hadn't seen her in years and years. And then at the weekend, I was like going through all my messages on Instagram, and Instagram actually at the moment is telling me like, "Oh, do you want people to stop messaging you because it looks like you've got like a lot of messages from people you don't know." And so I was clearing through some of it, and I found a message from her, and she has like found me on YouTube and was like watching my content, and then was like, "Holy shit, that's Ash." So we've been like messaging each other. She commented on a couple of my video or my Instagram posts too, and she was like, "I love Bette and Tina and Dani and Gigi too." And I was like, "Oh my god, this is so funny." And I was saying to her, I was like, "I'm going to the watch party in LA," and she's like, "Oh my god, I should go." I just thought it was so funny that like, I mean, a couple of my exes like follow my channel and stuff, but I don't know whether that's just because like I don't know whether they watch or anything. A couple of them have told me they've seen some of my videos, but yeah, I thought it was really funny. Um, oh, Rosie, you asked me what? Yeah, I have a bachelor's in psychology, a bachelor's in film and television, and a bachelor's in business, and then I have my MBA is obviously in business. Yeah, it's funny. She's so nice too. Um, but okay. So, what is going on? What is going on in our little show? I've been dying to do some polls about oops, about the old this chair's really deep, so I've had to get this thick cushion to put behind. About the musical episode, about what's going on. How many people are? Okay. She wasn't 100 footer now. Oh god. So yeah, let's do a very simple poll to begin. Showtime posting anything now. I just don't understand it like at all. Because they're aware that like social media is so important to the show too. And okay. Need all this in. Okay. Sorry, the last sentence is like structured not very good, but I can't fit it in any other how. Okay, so there's a poll for feelings about the musical. Lori, thank you so much for the super sticker. The little raccoony dog. I don't know whether it's a raccoon or a dog or like a dog that's died to look like a raccoon or something. Thank you. Yeah, Brittany, I don't know what they're doing because I mean they're aware of definitely what's going on because I talked to some people who work on the show like the past week. I keep forgetting like that today's Monday because it doesn't feel like Monday. Um and they've all said things to me that like they know they've said like, oh, we know some people, think blah blah blah. And they are still working on the show right now. They haven't finished editing. They're in post for like the last episode. So they're still doing stuff to the finale, which I mean obviously right like today they're not because they're like having time off for the holidays, but they are going back in January to work on stuff. So I really hope that that just means that the episode is being made even better than anything and it's gonna blow us all away. That's what I hope anyway. Yeah. Oh, well, actually, do you know what I saw before on, I think it was Instagram? Somebody like for, I don't know, they must have, though they said in the post they have some sort of connection somehow. And they're, they basically, whatever this connection was, got them, like a fake book of Alice's, and like Leisha had signed it, and it was like, oh, sorry, was like some beanies and the cup, the cup that I have with the Alice lips on it, and there was some stuff like that that was cool. I don't know why. I thought they would like n- not make that book because obviously they're not going to make it, but I thought they would make like I have this Marsha gave this to me. It looks like Jennifer Beals's book, but it's not. It's just a notebook. But they should have done that with the Alice book. There's like a little, oh, there is a thing in here. Oh, this must have come out. This must have came out whenever they did the first season because it's got like. But they should have done that with Alice's book. I feel like they really dropped the ball with the merch too. But I feel like that goes into all the marketing and stuff because they don't do anything. Like they have like a few like that Dana Fairbanks stuff that they released. Like I mean, it's one thing to be like a YouTuber that has 20,000 subscribers and like, stuff that just has again like the name, like the shirts that I do that have like all the character names on it. Like Showtime's I'm not a multi-million dollar business, and they are, and like they can't make some decent shirts and some decent anything. Like it's I don't know. I feel like there's so much potential to tap into there. And that's another, lots of other things. Like you look at really successful YouTubers, they're probably making a big portion of their income via merch, like probably close to like half their AdSense or something. So why would you not do that with a show where you have all these fans? Oh, hey Danielle. Yeah, I did see you became a patron. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Is reading what you said. Oh, I wish they would do a 90-minute last episode, but I feel like that would have been it would have been announced, but they would have had to like get a bigger budget. They would have had to pay people more and all that stuff. No, I don't have I was when that Jennifer Beals book came out, I was working in an orphanage in Dominican Republic where I was living in literally like a chicken coop that had no electricity, there was a well. So like when you went to wash your like get in the shower, wash your hair, you had to like fill a bucket up before you got in case like the well like ran out when you had like shampoo in your hair. And I literally was living in like a chicken coop. It was like chicken wire around the top, and like I didn't even have like cell service, so I couldn't. And I remember being like, "Oh, I'll just get it when I come back because surely there's going to be a way to buy it." And I have been trying to buy that book for probably the last over 10 years, ever since it came out, and I've never been able to get it, which is super annoying. And they released like 100 copies twice this year, and I was like waiting to buy straight away, and the site just kept collapsing, so I've still never been able to get it. Oh yeah, I said I would make those shirts, Danielle. About Gigi. No, I haven't got the I'm probably just gonna go buy the Diva magazine because they sell it in I mean, it's awkward to get here, but yeah, I will get it. Yeah, I mean, but it's like the same story with the merch. I know so many people who want that book, and online, like I know people in real life who want that book. It's crazy to me that they don't just get someone to like honestly, I've said a million times, if they gave me like the like even a copy of the book, I would get it reprinted, set up a website and sell it. It's just crazy that they're not doing these things. Like it's literally there for the taking. I don't know why no one does it. But I ask myself that every day, like why doesn't Showtime sell decent merch? Why don't they like make some sort of deal with Jennifer Beal? Oh, maybe that wouldn't work now, but even like I said, oh my god, I'll do it. Somebody give me a copy of the book and I'll do it. Good luck finding that book. Honestly, I have tried everything to get that book. And what else? There's some other stuff that I don't know. There is other stuff that yeah, the DVDs is another one too because people ask all the time about the DVDs. Because I have, like, obviously when I watched the show, I lived in America, so I had I have the American versions. And in like the beginning of November, I was like, oh, I'm gonna get the British ones to see if there's anything different, and to also, like, I was planning on, I used like some of the commentary stuff on there in like my advent calendar videos, which I didn't wind up using that much because there was so much that happened that I didn't really need to. But anyway, I went on to Amazon and I had to like watch for someone to sell them. And then when they did, they ended up being like, I think the whole thing was like 150 or 160. Like, that's a lot for 6 seasons of DVDs. Six, most of them are 12 seasons. That's a lot. So if they reprinted the book, the DVDs, and then made like, I don't know, about 10 pieces of good merch, they're just insane. I think the L title, Q title is just totally random because I've seen a lot of people, someone was saying that they use, I think it was like when there's an OG in the episodes or something, but where's my, I saw people with like a couple of different theories, and they all, because it was something that I knew that they didn't know yet, that's why they couldn't tell that the theory didn't work. Let me see. I have the titles on here. Oh yeah, I think it was someone saying that the Q titles are when like an OG is in it, and they were using like Bette and Tina as that, but there isn't an OG in 8 quality family time. So I really just think that it's just random, that they're just no, the show's been not been renewed. They probably won't say anything until after the season, but I did speak to, as I said, speak to some people this week that work on the show, and they all were saying, oh, hopefully we'll be back for season 4, blah blah blah. So, and I mean, obviously, like that, it doesn't really mean anything, but yeah, they because there's always, I mean, I guess there's always the possibility that's they choose to end it, but yeah, they wouldn't do that now anyway. Yeah, I have one of the Alice cups, that because Marja gave me a bunch of stuff when I was on set, which was really nice. Like, I have like an Alice shirt. She gave me like a crew like season 3 shirt. That was my favorite thing that was in there. She gave me a cup. She gave me that Elwood water bottle that I have. Because I gave her her and Monica, who's her assistant, I gave them like these Isle of Man. I went and got like loads of Isle of Man stuff and gave it to them. Yeah, I really don't understand what they're doing about Gigi, and then like, what are they going to do at the end? Are they going to talk about it at the end of the season, because people have noticed? It's very strange. Yeah, that was me that said that they didn't approach Rachel. That's what someone told me anyway. And there's a couple of people that weren't approached, which is why I think it's so weird, because surely the first like step would be to just go out to everyone and say like, hey, are you interested in coming back? Because some of the people would probably say no, and then at least you know where you stand. Yeah, Gia, that's the only thing. Like, most of the time, their the NDAs that they have, like, really restrict them on what they can say. That's why, like, anybody who tells me anything, like, I always if they say to me, like, "Please don't disclose who I am," then that's why I would never put anyone's name or anything like that, because that would get them in big trouble. But a lot of the stuff that people have told me this season, like the really big stuff, it's actually not even been like against their like NDA anymore, because most of them have told me after, like, there's some people that get hired for literally like 2 weeks, or some people like last season, one of the people that told me like quite a lot about like actual stuff with the cast and like what was going on set. It's because they literally did like cover for someone for a few weeks. And so then when they leave, like the NDA, it's not valid anymore. So it doesn't matter what they tell me. Yeah, I know a good few of the wedding guests, but I think there's some that even like I don't know. Um, because I'm sure there'll be some that, the people that usually tell me things, either they weren't there, or maybe some of them don't even, like there's people, not everybody knows everybody, so they might not have even noticed somebody that was there. Yeah, that's true. It would be weird if they don't say anything about the L word in that interview. NDA is non-disclosure agreement. They're quite like strict on TV shows. Yeah, I think the thing with Danny's dad, they're literally just like ignoring, and they're just like moving on, pretending that it's not happening or didn't happen. Maddie, thank you so much for the birthday wishes. Thank you. I know, I feel like I'm 1,000 years old now. And it's actually only been like, oh my god, yeah, a week tomorrow. So thank you, Maddie. Yeah, they did that with Bette's dad's funeral, didn't they? They had, yeah, people. Yeah, Danny's dad's in the black hole. Because I kind of figured that they weren't good, because that actor that plays Danny's dad, he's normally quite vocal when he's on the show. Like he posts about it on social media, and I didn't see anything. Carlos Leal, I think his name is. I didn't see anything about him that season. Oh, thanks, guys. Lori, happy birthday for yesterday too. It was your birthday as well. The December sucky birthdays. My best friend Claire, that's been on the channel, she's been using her maternity leave to watch The L Word. She loves Shane and Bette and Tina, but she had her baby on Christmas Eve. So now she has a December baby too. So in my last video where I talked about everything that's happening for season 3, I mainly talked about the last 2 episodes, like about what's happening with when Bette and Tina come back, because that we don't really know much about. Like, so this week we're gonna get episode 7, and as I've said, like loads, we're we're only gonna have Alice in this episode, and then the week after there's only gonna be Shane, which I don't know what these episodes are gonna be like with only one OG. Yeah, I do think that we'll see the proposal, Katrina. And I mean, I'm hoping the episodes 9 and 10 are just like a huge, huge focus on Bette and Tina and stuff because like this is like it. This is the last 2 episodes that they're gonna be in, and they've been gone all season. Like we've had a whole season of everybody else. Selena. I'm assuming that I mean, I'm hoping, I guess, that we get a good like Bettina, Alice, and Shane, like lots of them, because we've literally had all these episodes with everyone else. Even the Shane and Alice scenes lately have been like, apart from the musical was a lot, but their scenes together have been minimal. Like actually, aside aside from the musical, Alice and Shane have had like 2 scenes together since Bette and Tina left. Yeah, I don't know what's happening with Danny because there's someone else, it looks like, with Danny. And I think Sophie and Dre is more likely than Danny and Dre, maybe. Oh, hey, Dishquita. And yeah, 7 and 8, I think, are going to be really fillery. Because 7 as well has like a big focus on Rosie and Misty, who like are fine guest stars, but they're not like and we already have like a really big main cast. And I just know that they're gonna make some like trite way of forcing like the Gen Q people to come to Bette and Tina as well. Because I know definitely um sorry, my I drank a load of water, so my like gastric band is like making like bubbling noises if you can hear it in the mic, sorry. Um So, yeah, I because I've heard some stuff that happens at the wedding, so that and there's definitely some like, I don't understand why like, I get Danny, like, I get Bet inviting Danny, but other people, like, why would they be at Bet and Tina's wedding? Yeah, but I'm pretty sure Roxy comes back, and then there's someone else in the trailer too. Will we I have all the trailers here, one sec. Da-da-da. Oh, I'm in the wrong folder. Okay, so we have the trailer for episode 7, and then we can look at the one from episode 1 where we got like the bit with like Tom and stuff. Let me see.
Messi's roots becomes. I can do messy. Tonight, we were kind of in the market for a sperm donor. You came to talk to me because you're trying to have a baby? Are you messy? Yeah. She's into you. Yeah, obviously. But she's not my type, so. Can I refill that glass for you? Absolutely. It's the kind of sapphic chaos I live for.
Oh, it was the other person, Sophie. It's like, well, that looks really familiar.
It's the kind of sapphic chaos I live for. Absolutely. It's the kind of sapphic chaos I live for.
And then we have, is it this one? No, that's 102. Let me see. Just want to make sure I have the right one. No, it's not that one. Where is it? Oh yeah, it's this one. Sorry. Confusing myself. This one has like episode 2 stuff in the front.
We're just talking about. I didn't say it's the baby. Who's the guy? Okay, wait now. You slept with somebody while I was in the reef? Together involves you like
Ah.
I'm talking like I'm a child. Stop acting like one. I do love you. You haven't really any way of showing it. Listen, I gotta hit the head by pounding and gallon of iced tea. My name's Karen. Misty. I've gotta go.
Ah.
Stay around. Can we try again? What is going on between you? I don't know who you are anymore.
That's Jess and I were talking about this the other day because Jess was like, do you think they're just gonna drop the storyline of the other bar? But Tess is like, this is obviously the other place they've bought with all like the stuff around, right? Yeah, it is. So, okay, we haven't seen Angie doing that and throwing the thing, so that should happen. I'm guessing that maybe is what happens. Oh, epiphany for Bette and Tina to come to the school where Tina's in that like gold shirt, and we've had like the pictures in like the classroom. Where's the chat? Let me see what you guys are saying. Oh yeah, Celine, so young and innocent when we saw this trailer. We had no idea. Yeah, so I think that that's, oh, where's the window gone? I'm gonna guess that that's Angie throws like the rock through the window, and then Bette and Tina get called to the school because she like smashed the shit out of the professor's car. I think somebody shared like a picture that it looked like Bette was in like Angie's dorm room. I mean, I don't think they would like suspend her or something. Like she'd probably just get in trouble. And then this is Thanksgiving. And it's so funny because let me show you. Okay, this will take 1 second, but it's going to be worth it to show you. Oh, let me see if I can find the exact. Okay, I found it. Okay, let me show you this. This is so funny. Oh, it's to me. You're probably like, what's she doing now? So take a look. Take a look at the background of this. Okay. Keep it in your mind because I need to share the other screen to show you this. And then this is when I was on set. It's the exact same. Because it was this episode and episode 9. But because they were filming at the same time, so that's Jamie in the left. This was on my GoPro, so it was like a darker side. Yeah. So like to the right. Oh, I shouldn't be doing this on live stream. See like the Thanksgiving-y stuff there where they're sitting. See? So yeah, they were where all that. So okay, let me see if I can describe it. The bar, like the bar is like over here, and so like caddy corner is where that is here to the right. I should probably make myself bigger to show you. Is here, and then you go through to the back, and it's where it's massive, the bathroom. And I think I've shown, or maybe it was just in a Patreon video I showed that. I can't remember. But where is this easier if I show it to you this way? Okay, yeah, so here you can see it better here. So see at the very back, like that white square right here. Can you see my pointer when I do this? Can you see the pointer on the screen? Or is it nothing? Because I don't know whether the mouse shows up for you. Yeah, I think that's Sherry Jaffe because I'm pretty sure the Sherry Jaffe is in 7 and or is in 8 and 9 because Shane's not in it next episode and Sherry Jaffe's in multi episodes. So there's only so many multi episodes left. Oh no, you can't see it. Okay, never mind. Uh What about if I do this? Can you see it now? The pointer? I think you can because I can see it when I do that. Yeah, I can edit it, but honestly, that anything I put on live, like it's out there, because that people can like record it now or something. Which article? I saw the Marshall one from last week. Oh, okay, cool. You can see it now. Okay. So this sign right here, like it just says hot set, but this is that door to the right of it. It's not a door. That a doorway is where the bathroom is at the very back. I'll show you. I have the bathroom on here. And then see this tiny little step here? This is the karaoke stage. Like I know it's crazy. It's even smaller in real life, but that's the stage. And it just is wild because it's just like so small. And so like these tables across from them, the booths opposite the bar, that's where like all the Thanksgiving stuff was set up. And then back here is where they had like all the episode 9 stuff set up. Let me 1 second, because one second. I just want to make sure that there's not. Let me just scrub through it really quick, just to make sure there's nothing like crazy in it. I don't think so. Okay, just the very end. Okay, let me find the bit that I want to show you. Okay. Okay, we're back. So see what I mean? Like this, where we're standing, is where the karaoke thing is. So we go into this doorway, and this is like the huge bathroom. I don't know why I'm doing it this way. Why are you working? I don't know why. Pushing play and it's not working. Let me see. One sec. Okay, hang on. I'm just checking to see if I have any other clip I can show you. Okay, I can. This one, I think. Let me see. Okay, yeah, this one's working. One sec. Okay. Yeah, this is C.
This is what I always have. I never even knew that this was here all these years. Yeah. Because they always got Video Village in there, which is like, where they're always watching all the footage. Yeah. So I never knew that this was a real bathroom. But I don't think we ever filmed any scenes in here.
I think we do have one.
There's one.
This season, yeah.
This season there is.
Yeah.
During
I can't
this
think of it,
episode, when they tell you.
Yeah, there is.
And then I think I've blurred this already. Yeah. So see the little step? Like, it's crazy that's I like could not get over that this was like the where they did the karaoke and stuff. But yeah. So I got something else to. And then I've talked about this loads, so I'm sure most people know what I'm going to say. This, so if you've seen I've put it in loads of videos, the picture that, actually, I guess I'm going to pull it up. Where's my... Oops. So these outfits like perfectly match. See, like Laurel and Jennifer. Oh, I already have it pulled up with that. I didn't realize that was at the bottom. So, like, this seems to be I'm gonna guess it's like one of the last shots of them, because when this trailer came out, which was at the end of episode 1, they like must have just finished getting that. Like, it was, so to just put one little clip in, you know. So for anyone who didn't know too, like they went down and stayed like a couple of nights in Malibu when they filmed at this this ranch where they had the wedding. And I've shown this before too, but I know that like not everybody comes to like every live or watches like every video. So they filmed at this really beautiful place. And see, and then like this is like obviously where they're gonna have the wedding. But yeah, there's lots of other stuff going on too. Oh yeah, Leah, I got to go to the set this year. Yeah, it's really cool. It's like the best thing that happened to me. Yeah, I mean, from what I've been told, this is like, this has been written as like a finale for Bette and Tina, because like, what else are they? I mean, they of course they could do loads of stuff. Like, people don't stop after they get married. But yeah, I mean, even just at this stage, it could, there's tons of different things. Like, people are even saying in the chat, oh, reception outfits, rehearsal dinner, blah blah blah. I'm pretty, from what I saw when I was physically there, because all those little things on the tables had words on them, that I think that they have their like engagement thing and stuff at Dana's. And but yeah, like you said, this could be their rehearsal dinner thing, or it could be the night before, all this stuff. UK Endeavor. Oh my god, I will buy it from you if you have a spare copy. I've been trying to track this book down for 12 years. If you have a spare one, seriously, DM me, because I would love to buy it from you. Thank you. But yeah, let's do. Oh my god, you do, seriously? Oh my god, I name your price. Tell me what it is. Let's do a poll. Oh, I need to close this one. That is amazing. Thank you so much. That, honestly, that would be unreal. Let's... okay, I'm gonna put this up. Oh my gosh. Seriously, I'm gonna run over to the UK and kiss you, UK Endeavor. I'll send I think it's Twitter that you use the most. So I'll send you a DM on there because yeah, oh my god, the mail at the moment is like so fucked up. My sister sent me something like a month ago and it's still not here. But from the US obviously. Okay, so I put up this poll to see what people think. Danielle, you know what? I really thought they were going somewhere with that selfish comment thing, but there's last season I think I I think I was giving them too much credit because there was so many things that I was like, "Oh, this is gonna mean something," and it meant nothing. It meant absolutely nothing. So I mean, my one of my things with the show is that I really like shows, especially tight shows with like 10, 12 episodes a season. I think they should be very because it's not Grey's Anatomy or like the CW shows that have 24 episodes where they have to put in, you know, filler episodes and fun episodes and sweeps weeks and things like that. Like if you have a 10, 12, 14 episode season, it needs to be tight, compact, everything. And it needs like a strong overarching season. Like, look at a show. Okay, like this is literally the best show on TV right now. Like Succession, it's just every episode is like moving the plot forward, moving the characters forward, moving the season long arc forward, and Gen Q, and that's the thing. The original L Word, like, was the original L Word perfect? Of course not. Like, there was crazy shit that was going on there all the time, but they did have these quite well defined like season arcs, and you just don't get that in Gen Q. Like, what are people's storylines this season? They're just like flitting from one episode to the next. They need anybody who's running a show, you should sit down at the beginning of the season and it's like, okay, like where do we want these characters to end up at the end of the season? How do we get there? And all of that, like the season long arc, that could pretty much sum up like every issue nearly that I have with the show because that feeds into like the timeline, like everything. And I'm sure maybe some people will be like, oh, like you're nitpicky or blah, blah, blah. Like a lot of the times, like, okay, yeah, I do nitpick the timeline. But at the same time, like I'm not, like I'm not someone who is like, holding these people to task or something. Like I say it in a very loose way, but at the same time, like come on. I mean, a timeline is not something that's difficult if you're making a show and you have a host of writers, you have story editors, you have all these people, but it's just I don't know. I don't know how they go about the writing process because season arcs are like I'm not saying something that's super complicated and they are hard to do, but that's like being a TV show writer. There's like 8 or 9. I think there's you because there's a couple of most of the staff writers were new this year. I'll tell you how many there are now. 10. Yeah, 10. There's 10, but some of the writers, like Melody, she's a producer, and then like Marsha's a writer, but she's the showrunner. So there's some people like that. And then some of the writers are like there's a story editor and things. But I don't know. I feel like that would solve a lot of problems if they just wrote a good and you can also have like look at something like season 5 where they had Les Girls, that was kind of a story that impacted everyone at some stage. Like everybody, even like Bet, like she was at the party and it affected Tina, so it affected Bet. And like you have that episode where, Bet, Kit, Alice, Shane, like they're all on the set. And it doesn't, I mean, like obviously Jenny, Tina, Shane, it really impacted them and was, fundamental for their character growth that season. But you have a season long arc like that. And then, okay, underneath that, you have Bette and Tina's story arc that season. And then, Jenny's story arc and they all just like feed into one another. And I guess it's like how different shows go through like different processes of doing those things, because some shows they'll sit down and be like, oh, like there's 10 episodes, okay, we're going to assign, the 10 episodes to 2 people at once or whatever. And some shows they all write them together, and it just, I guess, depends what, obviously I don't know how they go about it. I have some ideas and thoughts that I wish I could let them know, but oh, I just saw that Laurel posted that on Instagram. Just see what you guys say. Oh, Linda, welcome. I saw it was your first live. Welcome to the the lunatics. I was saying this to Jess the other day. I was like, I would pay so much money to be able to watch Eileen Chaikin watch Generation Q. Oh god. Oh, and remember last week when I was saying that I helped Jess with something that you guys are gonna love? You guys are gonna love it. You guys are gonna love it. It's coming. It's gonna happen soon, very soon, like within the next mm, like less than 3 weeks, and then I also have something really cool coming up with Chris and Jess on Drinks at Dana's. So we got a yes about something. It's not like booked or done yet, but I'm really excited and I think you guys will like it. So there's some good stuff coming up. Just reading what you guys said. I've had quite a lot of people send me messages or comments and stuff about the wedding, and like I've seen people say, oh, it's not Bette and Tina, it's Micah and Maribel and other people and blah blah. So I am just putting out like a blanket thing again of saying, I know that we have been hurt before about these things, and we've thought, oh, something's happening, and then it doesn't. But I literally was on the set and saw with the own eyeballs in my head these things. So I can't, like, I literally saw it with my own eyes, so I can't get much better than that. So, obviously, like, people are free to believe whatever they want, but I am fully behind that it is Bette and Tina's wedding. Yeah, you guys are so cute. Delete yeah, deleted scenes that I'm telling you just what I've been told. So and I've told this story before, so sorry if some people have heard it. But when I went to set, I had like this little like half an hour, 45 minutes at the very end where they were like, "Okay, like this is like open open free time to just ask whatever you want or like tell us whatever you want." And so one of like the first things I said was, why don't you guys put out deleted scenes or like bloopers or anything like that, because you literally don't have to do any work. Like, you already have that material, and all they would have to do is put it on Instagram and Twitter, and every all the fans would do the work for you. They would share it like they do with everything else. So you're literally all you need to, and I even was like, give it to me and I'll upload it. But they were like, "Oh no, that's a really good idea. We should do that." And so they said they were going to, and then I followed up like a couple of weeks ago and asked them about it, and they said they are working on it right now. So if it's anything but Bette and Tina getting married, then I'm calling the police. Oh god. Yeah, as what Tina said is true too. They wouldn't spend all this money on like random characters. That's why nobody else like has ever really got married. I mean, I know they did that wedding in season 5 where like Shane was um doing the hair, but like we didn't really see any of the wedding. Like putting on especially the way they're doing it at literally a big location, and it's like they went down and stayed there and stuff. They don't put that kind of money into just like, random characters. Like it's and again, like just saying what's been said to me, pretty much everything that's happening with this. I mean, obviously, as I've maintained from the beginning, like the whole thing with Bette and Tina even getting back together is because Jennifer Beals like played her last card. She's like, "Well, I'm gonna go, so you have to get them back together, or what's all of this been for? What's been the point of Generation Q if Bet leaves and her and Tina are just up in the air?" So anyway, this whole wedding thing came about because of that, but a massive, massive, massive reason that they're doing this is because of like all the stuff with like us, basically. Like, on they know that social media is such a driving force behind this show, and even like the freezer thing that I'm talking about, the wedding, like all that stuff is like when the people that told me all of this and told me the storylines for this season, they literally said, "You guys are going to get your big like fan servicey moment." That's the whole reason that they're doing this. Yeah, I wish I wish I was there all the time. Do I think there'll be a fourth season? I actually do. And I have kind of gone back and forth because originally I thought, well, like before I really knew like all the big storylines this season, I was like, yeah, they'll probably, I've always said like I thought there would be five. I thought there'd be 5 seasons. But when I heard about Jennifer and all the stuff then, I was like, "Ooh, I don't know." And then a couple of people that who told me all this information like a couple of months ago, they were very much like, "I don't think there's gonna be a 4th season." And it was very, like, up in the air. This is probably, like, the end of the summer, like actually, no, probably more like September. And so then I was like, "Oh, if they're saying that, then, ooh, it probably isn't very good." And over the past couple of weeks, I've been back and forth like, "Ooh, maybe, maybe, maybe." But I did like I said, I spoke to some people this week, and a lot of them were saying, I mean, obviously nothing is decided, but a lot of them were saying that there is a strong possibility that there will be another season, but it could be either, of course, but it just depends a lot on Paramount too, because they could say, "Hey, like, it's" that thing in that article that was saying, "Oh, there's" the L word generation Q, so they might just do another one. I do think that they probably would ask them to do it in Vancouver, though. I mean, the other possibility is they say, okay, well, there's 2 other well, there's 3. They can either say, "Yeah," well, okay, let's talk about all the possibilities. They could say, "Yes, green light it, nothing changes, go ahead. Showrunner stays the same, writers stay the same, everybody, boom, go." They could say, "No, close it up, shut it down, it ends at 3 seasons." Or they can say, "Okay, renew it, but I want it filmed in Vancouver," and that's that. And then, of course, the showrunner could say, "Okay, fine, I'll go to Vancouver." Or they say no, because season 3, they did ask them to move the show to Vancouver, and the showrunner said no. So the only other possibility is they renew the show, but they clean house and they say, "Okay, we're gonna bring on a new showrunner and we're gonna bring on new writers," and they could completely change everything. Because the other thing is, like, the people who are in charge now at Paramount, they don't have, I mean, the Showtime people are still, a lot of them are still in there, but the, like, top person who decides whether there is another season, they're Paramount now. So they won't really have any loyalty to, like, any of the other people. But I guess it just depends what these Paramount's people, what they think, what they prerogatives they have, and you know. Just reading what you guys were saying. Ah, the chat just jumped. Yeah, I think no matter which of those 4 options that happens, I don't I well, I've been told that there's no Jennifer or Laurel, so and I just don't think that they would get after, like, the way that they've dealt with this whole Seppi thing, like, so that's, like, a hard pill to swallow. No Bette, Tina, and Gigi, and I would bet a lot of money that they are the numbers for the show are severely, severely down because even just even looking at social media, their interactions, everything are down, or the only interactions and the only interactions they are getting are, like, severely negative. I'm gonna close the poll, and then I'll do a season 4 poll. Um This is what you think will happen, not what you want not what you want to happen. Okay, the last option is I had to get down to a certain amount of characters, so it's cleaned house, new everything. Yeah, I would never get, like, personal and stuff. The thing is, like, I understand people's opinions and stuff about the show, like, obviously, there's things that I don't like, I do like. Marsha's always said to me, like, the one thing that she wants from me or from like not from me, but, like, what she wants to see is, like, me being real, like, my real opinion, and even when I was on set, she was like, "We want this to be real, we don't want some, like, manufactured fake, like, on-set thing, like, we want your real." Because they, like, filmed me, like, going onto the sets, and they wanted to get my, like, honest reaction, not some, like, fake produced thing, like, the whole I think that's, like, one of the things about YouTube in general, not just me or some other YouTuber, is there is, like, this authenticity about it because it could be anyone, like, sitting in their bedroom or in a room in their house, like, there's not I'm alone in here, there's not some producer or writers or anything like that, like, it's literally just me with a ring light and a microphone. There's not some big production behind it, and that's even why, like, sometimes when YouTubers get really popular, like, they lose that sort of audience because they feel like they're not the same anymore, and so, like, I will always give my honest opinion, even because otherwise what's the point? Like, if I'm just gonna say like, a lot of the other people who talk about the L word, they're either like the LA Times or a magazine or something like that, or they're sponsored by Showtime or whatever it is. And you, even if you are making, like, being paid by Showtime or whatever it is, even if you say like, oh, I'm not going to be changed by whatever is going on, you are, in a way, like, no matter if the network comes to you and says you need to say this, this, and this, that they don't say that, but there is going to be a change. And I just feel like there is no point in doing this if I'm not going to give my honest opinion, because what's the what's the point in just like saying some made up or like produced, or saying what I think the show wants me to say or something like that. Like it has to be real, it has to be honest. And so that's why it always will be. And if I don't like something, I say it, or if I do like something, I say it. But I I would never turn it nasty. Like I'll say, "Hey, I don't like this storyline." Like some people do. Like I show my comments all the time. Literally one after another it'll come in. I love this episode. I hated this episode. And that's like an interesting thing too, looking at like why people liked it, why people didn't. But I would never, so although a lot of the comments are valid and people are totally entitled to their opinion and saying what they like and what they don't like, and some of them are really funny too, like people are so clever with their takes, there are people that take it way too far and who say the most awful things, when at the end of the day, no matter what you say, this is a television show. And listen, I talk about this show 60 hours a week is probably a conservative estimate. And I'm saying don't take it this seriously. Like, everybody's entitled to their opinion, but some of the comments get really nasty, and I just don't ever think it needs to get to like a personal attack level. I'm just reading what you guys said. Oh yeah, Miss G is the producer. She's the one that runs the show. Yeah, I mean, sorry if I'm not saying your name right, Tosima. Um, yeah, she did leave Twitter. I mean, listen, at the end of the day, like I think the answer to that, I don't know. I haven't asked her about that. Um, but I just think she's a human being, and it must be, do I agree with like the decisions that have been made, or like the way the season's going? No. Like I'm not defending that, but I'm just saying that I don't also think that I don't think a lot of people understand what it's like. Like, I mean, I understand this on like a 0.1% compared to, like people on the show or people in that industry. But to go on and see like total people that don't know you saying awful things about you, that has to wear on someone. And I just think that maybe she had a humor moment and just was like, listen, this is not good for my mental health, whatever it is, because I think anybody who creates content has been there before, whether you make one YouTube video or you're literally making a multi-million-dollar TV show. Everybody's a human, and maybe they just thought, I can't deal with this at the moment. And I mean, I just don't think that the way the PR and everything like that does not help the situation, because I just think that whatever decisions are being made or advice or whatever it is not helping the situation right now. And I feel as though they'd need to like get a get a better PR or manager or something, because I mean, I've said I have a marketing and PR company, and what the and like I mean, showrunner, the show, every like what they're doing is literally like the opposite of what I would ever advise anyone in that situation to do, because even like the interviews that are being done are coming across, whoa, like hit the brakes, like bad, 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 bad. Oh, thanks for getting that part. Fucking oh god. Just trying to catch up with what you say because I keep rambling. Yeah, yeah, a lot of the I don't know, I feel like the people maybe who like the really like nasty stuff and things, I feel like that is a very, very, very small percentage of L Word fans or just fans in general. But like you will always there could be 1,000 amazing comments, and for some reason, like you have to be in a really good mental health space to be able to even just like work in that industry where you're like they are constantly putting their work out to public judgment all the time, whether it's name an actor or name a writer or someone who's not had a bad movie or a bad TV show or something. Like they've all gone through that. And it's even not even sometimes like work. Like sometimes someone will wear the wrong thing or say the wrong thing and they'll get attacked. But it is, I think, a very small percent, especially in the L word space. I think that for the most part, most people are just passionate about the show, and they will say like their honest opinion. And I always think the best way to deal with any situation is to like make a joke, and some of the takes that people have like honestly absolutely crack me up. But there is that small percentage of people who just really, really, you know get nasty and stuff. But I always just try and think like those people, they have to be like, I don't know, going through something or have some like terrible lives, because if I hated something as much as some people hate this show, like I I would like block it, like not even look near it, try to avoid at all costs. But I will never understand who, it's like people who like make hating a certain celebrity their personality, and it's like, just don't like them and move on. It's so weird. But yeah, I just try and focus on things I do like rather than things I don't. And there's always going to be people that are unhappy. Like there's, if I say like the last episode, oh, where pretty much episode 6, I was like, okay, these were the things I liked, these were the things I didn't. And there'll be people who watch that and who'll be like, oh, you always give them a pass, like, oh, you're being too easy on them, even though I've said like pretty much 50% I didn't like. And then on the other side, there'll be people that are like, oh, you're nitpicking, or you're always so hard on them, or go watch something else if you don't like, you know what I mean? Even though you're pretty much, it's just, people are always gonna see what they want to see too. Oh, chat just jumped again. Just like, what the fuck was that after every episode? Yeah, I mean, also, Beth, like as this is the way that like I'm trying to think of a better way to explain it, but like as something gets more eyes on it, like you're going to bring in more like there's going to be more of everything, like more people that like it, more people that don't. So okay, this is a good example. When a YouTube, like think of any YouTube video, and okay, say I put out a video right now. I have 20K subscribers on here, or even drop the L word. Okay. My second channel has like 8,000 subscribers, right? It's really small. I only started this year. But my videos on there, per video, I don't post as much over there because I'm normally doing videos on here. But most of the videos on there beat the videos on here. And there was a video last year that it was probably like my 8th video on that channel, and it blew up. Like I only had maybe 1,000 or 2,000 subscribers at the time, and it got like 250 views. So when that video first went out, it's going to go to like, say I had 2,000 subscribers. So all those 2,000 subscribers, they all know, okay, like this is a channel I'm subscribed to. So I'm subscribed. I at least like the information, or like the way this is presented, or whatever it is. Like there's some people who are probably subscribe to me that don't like me, but they're kind of stuck for L word news. There isn't a lot of people that cover it. So, there's probably even people watching this right now who can't stand me but want to know the information, and that's whatever. Like, okay, I can't do anything about it, and that's fine. So, most of those people, those 2,000 people, say they watch the video because they're subscribed. They like me. They're gonna comment. They're gonna comment nice things. They're gonna like the video. They're gonna watch most of the video. As the algorithm pushes it out, or as a channel grows, or whatever it is, like if a movie goes into general release, more people are going to see it. And so as the video is pushed out and pushed out, or the movie or whatever it is, more general audiences are going to see it. And those people, they've never seen you before. And if there's 100 of them, there's probably going to be like 60 people who are like, whatever, watch it, move on with their life, never think about you again. There's going to be maybe like 20 people who are like, hey, I really like the way this person presents, or I like this person's editing, or whatever it is. And maybe those people will subscribe and they'll watch the whole thing, and maybe they'll leave a nice comment. And then there'll probably be like 20 people who are just like, ugh, I don't like this person. I don't like their voice. I don't like the way they look. Or as that video, the one that I mentioned with 250,000 views, as it went out to more people, and this is, any YouTuber will tell you this, as a video blows up, you'll get more and more like people that just want to say shit. I had like a little mini comment thread on that video where it was basically about a dozen people who were like, oh my God, you're so cringe. I can't believe you'd fake an accent. And it's like, if I was going to fake a fucking accent, do you think I would pick this one? And like, there was tons of people who literally were like, oh, you're faking an accent. And they solely, but like, they believe that. And I don't know, maybe they can't think that somebody could live in more than one country in their life. But do you know what I mean? And like, I'm just trying to explain that, like, as more people, more eyes are on things, yes, there's going to be the opportunity to grow and to get more subscribers or more viewers or whatever it is. But there's also going to be more people that just don't like you or don't like your content or whatever it is. So yes, there's more people on the channel, more people watching and stuff like that. But then at the same time, there's, and that's just something that everybody who puts content out, like, deals with too. Oh, thanks. Oh, thanks, Mel. And Tosi, I saw your nice little comments there. Yellow Jackets, yes. It's coming out March 24th, so I will absolutely cover it. I did season 1 last year, and those videos did really well, actually. And I think it's going to be harder this year because hardly anybody else covered Yellow Jackets last year. There was a couple of people that did, but they were like brand new channels. And I think that really helped like my videos do better because um like, if you've been around more, like, most of the time you've obviously spent more time doing this. You spent more time like talking to a camera, you spent more time editing. So it did really help me last year that like nobody was really covering it. I'm assuming a lot of people will this year because that show's gone crazy popular. Oh, hey, Sonia. Oh, thanks, Linda. I can assure you there's plenty who do. Not like me, but whatever. I mean, it's... Yeah, Danielle. And it's always behind the screen. And then you can almost always find the people who have no real name and no picture. Those are always the ones. Wow, 3 million subscribers on their podcast. That's insane. Yeah, like when I mean, a lot of people have been because I guess a lot of people are thinking like, oh, season 4 or season 3 might be the end. So like lots of people are saying like, oh, because also even if there is a season 4, like I probably will not cover the show in the same way anymore because I if the show is gonna put out like episodes 4 and 5, like what happened in those, I don't feel passionate about that. And this I can't do this if I don't feel passionate about it because I don't want to get up at 3:30 in the morning for things like episode 5. So um I probably if there is a season 4, I would just probably do like like Amanda and stuff like just does like a review of the episode when it comes out. Like I wouldn't be doing all this and like, you know, videos every day or every week or whatever it was talking about like filming and news and stuff. So like this channel will probably just cover more like Yellow Jackets, League of Their Own, like other TV shows and just covering them when they come out. Um, but I do want to focus more on my second channel because like I said before, the videos actually are doing better than this channel because like there's only so many L Word fans and there's only so many lesbians, whereas the fraud and cult stuff is like really popular. And yeah, I mean, there are big lesbian channels, but I think it's really, really hard, and I think it is, like, quite a saturated market at the moment. So, because even people take someone like Evelyn, like, Evelyn's way better at, like, editing and all that stuff than me, so I just I think my cult channel, like, works better because I don't even say my name on that channel. Like, I'm literally like, "Here's the information, bye." Like, I don't do any, like, personality stuff. So, I obviously, like, I'll always have this not I don't know about always, but I will, for the foreseeable future, have this channel. And, I don't know, so it's a lot of people probably, you know, maybe only here for the L Word stuff or it just depends, but yeah, I'm excited about covering Yellow Jackets and stuff, so what time it is where I am? It's 8:45 at night. Oh, thanks, Beth and Virginia. And oh, Heather, thanks. You guys are all so nice. Yeah, I would love Mary just saying there about the ratings. I would pay so much money to see the streaming numbers right now. Because even I can well, I can tell you actually. I know that my views are up because the season's on, but let me see. Yeah, that compared to last season, like they are more, but that's because my channel is bigger. But okay, where's the first? So the first episode of this season, my review got 32,000 views and the trailer breakdown got 25k. So say 57k in like one day. And then the video that I did that week being like, "Oh, what's coming up?" and like talking about stuff got 36k. So what did I say? 57 36, 80, 73. This one, where's this week? So this week's episode review got 8.4K, and the trailer breakdown got 7.6. So what's that? 960, 60. And then the video this week got 10K. So yeah, it's like less than half. And I mean, the first episode will always be a little bit higher, the first and the last, because like more people always tune in for the beginning and the end of the season. But yeah, it's down a lot. A lot. You can even just see it on social media, like their posts and stuff. The pants thing, no, I don't think they'll say anything at all. I would never think they would say anything. I think they'll like tease little things, but they won't say anything. Oh, thanks, Catherine. Oh, I'll put the Discord link in the chat because I think the Discord links expire. So I do have to me send it. Oh, why didn't it work? Hang on. Copy. Okay, got it. Okay, this is so if you download the Discord app, it's free in the Apple or well, Apple, Android, whatever you use. And then like click that link, it should work. Oh, you guys are so sweet. No, Showtime doesn't release their streaming numbers. They will only like sometimes they'll release like an episode or something if it does really well. Like when Dexter's finale, it like broke all kind of records. They released about it, but they won't release anything about this. It's I mean because the I posted it last week. The numbers for when the episode airs on Sundays, the premiere did actually is it on Wikipedia? It did. I think it had 67,000 if I remember, and I like posted because my video of that episode got like 63,000. Like, obviously, like I have YouTube has like global watchers, but still, like, yeah. Oh, they have. Actually, it's not. Let me show you. There's another number here. So yeah, 67,000 for this again is just the airing numbers. Like most people are watching them premiere. Is this right? I thought that M directed 7 and 8. M definitely directed 8 because I thought M directed 4 of them because I met M when I was on set and they were super awesome, really nice. But anyway, so episode 5 which I would say was the worst received episode. 59,000. Just airing though, obviously. That's not the streaming numbers. And a ton of people are watching it streaming. I would say most people are watching it streaming. Because this is when you could only get the episodes on Saturday night at like midnight, not Friday. And then it did obviously drop a lot because they started giving the episodes out on Friday at midnight then. Wow. Look at that one. Oh, Jesus, look at that. It is crazy that like more people, even though like it I'm saying it's just the viewing numbers. Like when I look at it in comparison to like my video views. Yeah, I mean, honestly, if it was up to me, like what was going on, or say like it was up to me what they did for season 4 or something, I would do like sweeping. I would try, like the first thing I would do is try and come up with season arcs for storylines and for all the characters, because look at someone like Dani too. Like what's Dani's storyline been this season? Like literally breaking up with Gigi for no reason and having like a personality transplant. And I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen at the end of the season. Like I know Tom's coming back next episode, but I kind of think because I'm it's only for one episode. So I'm thinking like maybe it turns into something where like Alice sees like a lot of or not a lot, but some exes, and they like give her like a clue or something, because I think there's the possibility of some others returning that are familiar. And I mean, there's only 4 episodes left. Like there's only, you know what I mean? Like there's only so much time. And I just hope that we don't get a ton of episode 9 and 10 like sucked up by, just stuff that's not going anywhere. Oh yeah, the L Word Christmas play. Yeah, I heard yeah. It's not really something that I can say on stream though. Oh. Oh, Evelyn Dar, she is like my YouTube bestie. She has if you haven't seen her channel, it's really good, really good. She's really funny, and her editing is really good too. Her last name is DAR on YouTube, but she covers like a lot of, well, her channel actually covers like movies and stuff more than I would. Um, but yeah, she's really cool. Yeah, people were asking me about the minute run for the episodes. They're still in post. Like, they haven't even finished episode 10 yet. So that's none of that is concrete. And I know there was also some people saying about IMDb saying 55 minutes every single episode before it comes out. It says 55. Even when I looked at the season 3 episodes like months ago before they even finished filming, they all said 55 minutes. So that's just like a placeholder. It doesn't mean anything. I don't think Shane. Yeah, yeah, I think that they needed to jump the year for Bette and Tina, and it kind of screwed up a lot of the other stories, but they didn't really like, what were they gonna do, you know? They had to do something. Well, I am going to wrap up, my loves. And Shane and Nat. Yeah, we did lose the year of Junie. Yeah, well, I'm hoping they come through with the deleted scenes and behind the scenes stuff, and yeah, it's just wild to me that they, because people like love that stuff. And again, all they have to do is put it up. Like, we all share it, so it's kind of easy. But yeah, it's wild. So, what day is today? Monday? Yeah, I'll have my videos out the rest of the week as per, and then what's happening? Friday, new episode, but it's episode 7, so I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. Don't know what we're gonna do. We just got to get through episode 7 and 8, and next week you got to think this is the last week that we're ever not going to have new Bette and Tina footage. You got to think of it that way, because next week we're going to get the episode 8 trailer. So let's think about that. Yeah, the winner of the giveaway will be announced in my. I'll put it at the end of the video tomorrow. I can put it at the end of the video tomorrow, but I'll put it on my social media as well. And yeah, new Bette and Tina footage. This is the last week ever, ever, ever. So keep that positive thinking. Keep our little good vibes going, because I mean, come on, we're getting episodes 9 and 10. We're getting a Bette and Tina wedding. We never thought we would get that. So let's keep it positive. And what else? Everything else I'll continue as normal, and then I'll be live on Monday. Yeah, Fletcher's this week too. And then on Monday, oh, I have a Patreon live tomorrow. If you are a any member or patron, any level, it'll be tomorrow at the same time. So we'll have a little bit of a chitty chat, and yeah, I've got some cool stuff coming up. So stay tuned, and yeah, be good. Have a good rest of your Christmas, your days off. I love Miss Miss G. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for coming, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye guys. Be good. Oh, I'm clicking the wrong button.